Mark, you want to ask questions?
Sure, if you can just give us a quick rundown of what you can tell us so far about what happened this morning.
This morning I received a call from Holmes County asking for assistance. The 911 center, I guess, in Holmes County received a call from a resident who lives right in the area where we had concentrated our search this past week. That individual, a resident of this area, encountered a person at a campfire in the area just north of what we had last seen our suspect's vehicle where he learned where his camp was. During that encounter, shots were exchanged between that individual at the campfire and the resident. The resident received a slight injury, and the individual who was at the campfire fled on foot. He called the 911, which in turn the sheriff's office and the K-9 tracking team responded.
What time is this about?
Shortly around 8 o'clock this morning, just before 8 o'clock.
This is on his property?
Well, he was actually in an area adjacent to his property near this hunting area where we were at last week. It's actually the north end of it, probably still in the management area. The K-9 tracking teams responded along with multiple agencies. A search was begun at that point using the K-9 tracking teams from the correctional facility in Holmes County. And shortly thereafter, the tracking team encountered this individual. Shots were exchanged. And at this point, one of the K-9 tracking officers, a ranking officer with the Department of Corrections, received fatal injuries as a result of the gunfire. Sheriff Haddock and I are here today because as close counties to this, we've been working on this case together, and we all have responded to our resources, our manpower, and trying to help the sheriff's office here. We're all small agencies, and we have to kind of work together to try to accomplish our goals and tasks.
Suspect, what happened to him?
Suspect has expired. Is Wade Williams, the one we've been looking for. It's unfortunate that he also had to pay his life, to accomplish this. We're gathered here at this church, Harris Chapel Church, north of Caryville, right in the area where this all took place. We felt like we needed everybody to kind of gather together and get our thoughts and composure together. This has affected a lot of people. We could hear the gunfire. Just couldn't quite get to it. So it's going to be difficult for a lot of people, including the family, the residents, members of the Department of Corrections.
Were they removed from the scene? How long after the exchange happened were they? Did anybody get to them? Was this a case of them coming upon what happened?
Well, from the information we have is real sketchy at this point. It appears that when they were tracking the individual, they came to an area, and I'm sure Patrick probably more familiar with the river than I am, but they came to an area that I guess was more of a swamp area near the river, and the suspect ambushed them as they were coming down the trail tracking.
I might add, there's one correctional officer that was wounded, and the one was fatally wounded. They were both transported to the hospital. And the other officer's in good condition. And the gentleman that came up on him this morning, might add too, the hunter that crossed the path of this gentleman is also in great condition.
He received an injury to his chest from the shrapnel from a round that was fired at him.
Any idea, because you've got all sorts of rumors and stuff circling around, do you think he ever left this area?
We don't believe he probably did. We think some of the sightings we had were someone very similar to him. As we said early on this, we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. We don't want to get tunnel vision. And we knew there's a possibility that he could still be in the area, or it could have returned to Jackson County. And unfortunately, it looks like that he never left the area. We're just thankful that no one else was injured or killed as a result of this. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with his family. We work very closely. Our sheriff's office and in Washington County, all of the sheriff's offices around work very closely with our Department of Corrections. Our K-9 tracking guys are very dedicated to what they do. And as you can see by this today, he is this officer has paid his life.
Is there a sense of relief knowing that it might be, or it looks like it's all over?
I'd say there's a sense of relief, but that this gentleman is caught. But our focus too is to the officer that cost his life in order to apprehend this person or put an end to this. He paid the ultimate sacrifice. And like Sheriff Roberts said, that we work close hand in hand, training and giving equipment to our dog teams from our local prisons. We can't do this by ourselves. We have to work together, and to pay that price is the ultimate sacrifice.
Tell us, for those of us who don't understand how the process works, what happens now? Is this case closed? You keep investigating?
Well, at this time, Sheriff Brown is at the scene where this all occurred, down in the river swamps, as we call it here. And they're working the scene. FDLE, in my understanding, is doing interviews at this time, talking to everybody. And that's the reason why Sheriff Roberts and I agreed to come to step forward for him, because he is tied up. But once that scene is processed and all those facts together, now as far as Sheriff Roberts' case, I'd have to let him speak to that.